Hello fellow kaiju fans and kaiju collectors, I'm back for my next video, and as you can see, obviously, I am finally getting on to my collection update, my most recent one. This is the review for Frankenstein Conquers the World by Tokyo Shock and Media Blasters. But before I get into the video, I just want to apologize for the lack of content. Sorry I've been away for so long, but life. Also want to give you a heads up, I have not really gotten a chance to start production on my Godzilla fan film yet, mainly just because of lack of resources, and I'm still not sure what all I want to do with the movie. So hopefully it'll be ready in time for next year's G-Fest, which is where I plan to debut it. But if it isn't, then you guys will see it on YouTube first. So on to the video. As many of you know, this was one of my most recent pickups from my collection update either before my most recent or it was my most recent one. I've been looking for these DVDs for so long, and with them being harder to come by for the past couple of years, money and resources, it was kind of just like, yeah, well, now I'm going to have to hold off. But lately, Amazon's been getting flooded with a bunch of them. So I took the advantage of grabbing this one because this was one of my most sought after releases from them, mainly just because of the movie itself. I absolutely love this movie. I would definitely rank it as one of the best non-Godzilla Toho movies, especially from the golden age of Toho's sci-fi output. And basically, if you haven't seen this movie, I don't want to go too far in depth with the plot, but basically what happens is, during World War II, the Nazis raid Frankenstein's castle and take the heart, the still beating heart of Frankenstein's monster, sell it to Japan or trade it to them. Japan takes it back and lays it in either Hiroshima or Nagasaki, and the atom bomb goes off, which radiates the heart, causing it to grow into Frankenstein's monster. And what happens is, for a while, the monster takes on the appearance of a feral kid who just goes around eating animals and various small animals and birds. And Nick Adams and Kumi Mizuno play a duo of scientists who also work with Tadao Takashima, and they're all perplexed by who is this feral kid. Finally, when they meet him, it's Frankenstein's monster. They hold on to him to observe him, and he starts growing at an alarming rate, like to the point where they have to put him in the biggest jail cell, and he is even still too big to fit in there. So eventually they wind up releasing him into the wild, and they continue to feed him until Barragan shows up. And Barragan starts terrorizing the countryside. Strangely enough, they consider him a dinosaur in this movie when he really doesn't look like a dinosaur. And eventually it all comes to a head with Frankenstein fighting Barragan at the end of the movie. That's basically the plot. I don't want to give too much of it away, because if you haven't seen it, I cannot stress enough for you to go and see this movie. It's probably one of the best crafted Toho films out there. So, on to the DVD. Obviously, you got Frankenstein's monster and Barragan. And on the back, you've got description there. And that was my DVD player just shutting down. And then you just got on the back there some screenshots, Frankenstein fighting Barragan, and special features. This does include the extra international footage. I believe is actually just the Frankenstein versus the Devilfish ending. But yeah, it's the DVD has some decent extras on it. Obviously, you got the full uncut Japanese version, and down on the bottom there, it's 2-disc set. The only seal for some reason is Barragan. I guess they couldn't copyright Frankenstein's monster, but it would have been neat to see him have a seal at least or something. But like I said, probably because of copyright issues, they couldn't. So yeah, you got your cast there. Just your specs. It's approximately 94 minutes, not rated obviously, and you get your audio options. The spine I really like. It's got Frankenstein with the Yeah, it's got Frankenstein's monster title and some lightning bolts. And onto the inside of the disc. The inside discs are kind of bland. It's just a repro, basically, of the back cover. So you got your Japanese and international versions on disc 1, and the US release and special features on disc 2. Now, there is one gripe I have with this DVD, and it's a very minor one. It's with the English dub. The English dub, when Tokyo Shock or whoever handled the American version of it, they when you see like the little screen like cue cards as to where it's taking place, whoever handled it decided that it would be a good idea to have a big blue and yellow font box pop up telling you where it's at. And when I say that, I mean it takes up a good portion of the screen. Basically, it's larger than any of the Japanese text that would pop up on the screen, and you can tell that it was added in after the fact, because it bears no semblance with the movie whatsoever. Like, they didn't even try to make it look like it was supposed to be there. So that's my one main gripe with it. It's something minor, and really, I don't really watch the English dub as much. Out of this, I've mainly watched the Japanese and international versions. So, yeah, just a minor gripe. Not really anything to take away from the experience itself or from the movie, but just something I wanted to make you guys aware of before you go and buy this. So, overall, fantastic movie. Akira Ifukube's score is beyond amazing. Probably one of the best parts of this movie, and I would rank that up there as one of his best scores. Right up there with Varan and War of the Gargantuas, if we're speaking strictly non-Godzilla movies. But the fight scenes between Frankenstein's monster and Barragan are obviously fantastic. And this is actually one of the first times that we see a humanoid monster portrayed in this movie. Now, obviously, that's not Haru Nakajima portraying Frankenstein. He actually portrays Barragan in this movie, which it's actually kind of nice because the Barragan suit, because of the fact that they probably slimmed it down for this movie and because he was fighting Frankenstein, the battles are a little bit faster paced and they're a little bit more intricate too. And obviously, like I said, at the end, you still get the Frankenstein versus the Devilfish ending. So, yeah, presentation on this is absolutely top-notch. It looks great on the DVDs. The audio quality is really good. And, yeah. So, right now you can find these on Amazon. I believe this one I got for like $25, either $25 or $30. Now, as you guys know, I obviously still have my DVDs of the Mysterians right here, and obviously Godzilla vs. Megalon and Destroy All Monsters. I'm not going to bother pulling them out because I don't really have them within close proximity. But yeah, a fantastic release. Highly recommend getting it, especially at the price that it's at now. You're probably not going to see it for that very often. So, like I said, $25 to $30. I still want to get the other ones that they have. I'm hoping to get either Latitude Zero, Space Amoeba, or Matanko next. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of this movie if you've seen it, and let me know what your favorite non-Godzilla Toho movie is. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5, just except for the minor gripe in the English version. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.